Hey everybody, it's Raven Maureen, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my pattern review for McCall's 8162. Let's go ahead and get into it. So this is the pattern envelope for McCall's 8162, also known as Angie McCall's right there. And this is still in the McCall's catalog, I guess you can call it. And I made view C, but there are other views here. There's the standalone pants and then like a flare bell bottom type full length overall, right? And the fabric that they suggest for this is stretch denim, stretch wovens, twill denim, and then they say that you're gonna need like a 7-inch zipper, a 5/8 inch button, and then one pair of overall buckles with no sew buttons, which I shared in a previous fabric haul video. And then, like, say if you decide to make view C, I used about 1.5 yards. And then this ranges for view B. This ranges anywhere between like 2 to 2.5 yards. And then the full length overalls, which is D, actually is anywhere between 2.5 to almost a little over 3 yards of fabric that you'll need for this. So I actually made view C, and that is the shorts overalls, and I made it out of the, I had picked up these window panels from, actually it was a single window panel from the Goodwill, and they were kind of like this ivory cream color. I washed them over several times, and I took out like the lining piece and whatnot, and I decided that I wanted to make overalls with this, which wasn't a bad choice. It's actually pretty durable yet wearable fabric. It wasn't like tough or anything like that. Sometimes twill can kind of err on the side of being like super rigid, in my opinion, and this fabric wasn't like that. So I did cut a size 22, which gave me quite a bit of ease, which is something that I actually wanted. So in the hips, it gave me 48.5 inches of ease. My hips are like a 42, sometimes a 43, depending on the month or the time of the month. If you know, you know. And so that gave me like 2.5 inches roughly of ease on each side of my body, which is something that I honestly wanted because I wanted to be able to kind of just have this be like a relaxed fit, something that I can work on when I'm making my pattern weights, or just kind of prance around the house in, or sew something up in those. So this was the cut like that I needed, and the size that I cut was perfect for me. So I actually did something that I really don't ever do, at least not a lot, and that is I followed these directions to a T, and I kind of regret it because I felt like view C, the overalls, was missing a lot of like overall elements that I would have liked. And so in following those instructions, I was noticing like, like, dang, I wish it had this. And then I was like, well, I'm gonna follow the instructions and see where it takes me. So view C does not include like that kangaroo pouch in the front, and it doesn't include side pockets, and it only includes one back pocket, right? And then it also has the side zipper and then the snap on the side. So I do have my overalls in front of me. I'll just show them to you guys. So no kangaroo pouch, and then you can still see some of the dot markings, so forgive me. And then just one of the pockets on one side, which I wasn't indifferent about this. Like I was just like, well, could be one, could be two. I'll know for next time. And then on the side here is a zipper, and then this snap that I put in. I decided to do a snap to keep it consistent across the board, since this does include the overall snaps here. So one thing about the pattern, it was actually a fairly easy pattern. It took me by surprise. I honestly thought, like I estimated that this would probably take me like 3 days progressively to do it. And that's not what happened here. I don't know if it was adrenaline or anything, but like I got this done Friday before noon. So let's talk about like when I cut this. I think it was Wednesday. And then I didn't get back around to actually like literally touching this project until Friday morning. So I got up at 6, I started working on some pattern weights, and then by like 7:30, 8 o'clock, I was into this. And then like I said, by noon I was finished. So if you decide to do view C, it's surprisingly a quick sew. One thing I will say too, don't let these snaps intimidate you. They are so much easier than you think. What you ultimately need is a hard surface and a hammer to get these punched in the right way. And then these actual snaps here, it's very quick. You just kind of fold over the edge here and sew it up. These are non-adjustable as far as I'm concerned, but I'm not worried about it because the overalls fall on me in like the perfect spot. So this isn't something that I would necessarily adjust anyway. The other thing I do want to note, so like when you're cutting this pattern, there are a lot of like small pieces. Like you have the piece for the strap, you have this triangle piece here, you've got your front bib, your back bib, you've got, the pocket in the back, and literally your biggest pieces are the shorts, like the bottom shorts, right? So I will say like that's quite intimidating. Even though this project literally only took me 1.5 yards, I was like, whoa, it's a lot of pieces. And then inside those pieces are a lot of markings. I didn't know what all of them meant at the time that I was cutting it. I was like, I'm just gonna record everything. I'm just gonna transfer all of these because I don't know what's going to be important and what's going to be for me. And thankfully on the pattern pieces, it did have like for view C, for view A, B, whatever. So I didn't like overmark. I just marked what I needed for view C. And I was really thanking my former self when I was sewing these up on Friday because it just made it go along so much easier. And then it really started making sense to me. So here's some things that I wish I did do with this. So I could take or leave the kangaroo pouch here. I may do that in the future because I do want to make these again. I may do that in the future, but I could take or leave the kangaroo pouch. I think like where I'm giving like a bombastic side eye is the pockets, because on the pants, I'll show you the line items. So on the pants, you have patch pockets, and then on these, you don't have any. And so I really miss that. So I think in the future, I would probably do either the patch pocket or at least give myself like one inside pocket where it's on the opposite side of the zipper. Now I will say you do need the zipper, right? Because if you have hips or anything like that, or a little bit of a booty, you got to get it over you, right? But I think for me personally, this snap right here is very unnecessary. So I think what I would do in the future is actually extend the zipper to start all the way at the top of this waistline and completely omit that snap. I think that's what I would do in the future. And then, like I said before, on the opposite side where there is no zipper, it's just a seam, right? I would probably insert a side pocket here, and then maybe even still do 2 patch pockets on the front. Because I just kind of felt like it was missing pockets. But all in all, I still love these overalls. I still, I still plan to wear them and whatnot. I wore them on Friday as soon as I got done making them because I did have to run errands, and it was like 100 degrees outside. So I wore these with like a cute little sports bra. I felt totally comfortable and I was into it. Like, that's why I was like, I could make another pair. I would love to make another pair, maybe in like a true denim cut or something like that. I think that could be fun. But yeah, and I wouldn't like totally abandon these because I really like the color and I've always wanted a white pair of overalls, but I wish it had more elements. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for stopping by today. One thing I do want to share with you, I am hosting a Q&A, Ask Me Anything, and I plan to upload that video on Saturday. So if you have any questions for me, and it could be anything from personal, let's not get too personal though, sewing, social media related, YouTube related, you can definitely put them in the comments below, or if you just have any questions about the overalls in general, you can put that below as well. Also, if you're not following me already, you can follow me right here on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at Raven Maureen. I'll see y'all later. Bye.